that your mobile proxy plan ran out of bandwidth on day 14 of a ride. Average rates are 1.5 to 5 times list price. You got the math wrong by 10x. Let me walk you through the formula that actually predicts your monthly bill, so this doesn't happen again. På the private walk before pirate bandwidth on a shy keeper. For pause, your volume that the receptor actually predicts your monthly bill. Planning correctly is worth real money. By the end of this video, you'll have the formula, page weight tables for major targets, retry overhead math, and work examples for 5 common workloads. Voyas, give it a First, the bandwidth formula and its 4 inputs. Second, page weight tables and retry overhead. Third, 5 worked examples plus bandwidth saving techniques. Velocity, to smoke the Bowen data panel formula. Monthly gigabytes equals request per second times average response bytes times 1 plus retry overhead times 86,400 seconds per day times 30 days divided by 1024 cube bytes per gigabyte. Users can use e-sequence decide for 140 punch days of the 2 rambling 4 cube byte related to it. The final number changes by 5 times to 10 times based on input choices that look minor. Miss your page weight by 2x, miss your average charge by 2x, 2x version feed. Input 1 requests per second. For continuous workloads, take peak rate. For burst workloads, compute average over the active window. Ever income price tracker on a single retailer runs 1.5 to 5 RPS. Across 50 retailers, 5 to 50. Google SRO tracker is small at 0.1 to 2. Social listening masquerade can be 5 to 100. Ad verifier is tiny at 0.05 to 1. Account warmer is the smallest at 0.01 to 0.5. Sneakerbot at drop is the extreme 50 to 500 RPS in burst. O19 that says we scrape Shopee without specifying RPS often jumps from 1 RPS estimate to 20 RPS reality and busts their bandwidth plan in week 2. Or input 2, average response bytes. Page weight is the input most teams underestimate. Modern web pages are large. When would want JSON API around 5 kilobytes. Tiny static HTML 30 kilobytes. Google SERP result 200 kilobytes. Shopee product page 800 kilobytes. Meta ad page 1.5 megabytes. Amazon product page 1.2 megabytes. TikTok video page 3.5 megabytes. Uncompressed. YouTube video page without the video 2.5 megabytes. Proxy, if you always measure your real targets. Fetch 20 pages, average the response bodies. Add HTTP overhead, assume some retries. Mean for plan capacity, P95 for headroom, max for sanity check. Hot in the crop input retries are FF. Hot nil. Every block or failed request consumes bandwidth without producing data. Retry overhead depends on your target's block rate. Friendly targets under 5% block rate, add 5 to 10% overhead. Moderate targets at 5 to 15%, add 15 to 30. Hostile targets at 15 to 30%, add 30 to 50. Very hostile above 30%, add 50 or more. And at that point, consider a different approach. Or multiply your base bandwidth by 1 plus retry overhead. Because the one plug passing to the editable voice is 24 type. Standard headroom is 30% on top of computed smoothie. Higher if your workload is variable. Although she workload example Shopee price tracker. For the target example 1, Shopee price tracker continuous track 100,000 SKUs across Shopee Singapore, refreshed once per day, 100,000 requests per day, spread over 24 hours, 800,000 bytes per request, on 25% retry overhead. Daily bytes equals 100,000 times 800,000 times 1.25 equals 100 gigabytes. Monthly equals 3,000 gigabytes with 30% headroom, 3,900 gigabytes a month. Hotter P or repeater at per month. For daily vendors price these at 6 to 12,000 US dollars a month. Bandwidth dominates the bill. For example, Google search 5,000 keywords tracked daily, 200 kilobytes average, 30% retry overhead because Google blocks aggressively. Daily 1.3 gigabytes, monthly 39, with headroom 50 gigabytes, homobost. What is that worth? I have a monthly bill that with this is much shorter than we will say potential for shorter cover. Google's small response sizes keep bandwidth low even though success rates are challenging. Posted out note, just the example. TikTok content scraping. Post 1,000 video pages daily for sentiment analysis. 3.5 megabytes per page, no video stream, 35% retry overhead, daily 94.5 gigabytes, monthly 2,835, with headroom 3,700 gigabytes, with headroom 3,700 gigabytes. TikTok pages are heavy. Scraping at meaningful scale on TikTok is a bandwidth-intensive workload. Example, small web exploration, Developer testing, scrapers on 1000 small JSON APIs daily, 5 kilobyte responses, 10% retry, daily 5.5 megabytes, monthly 165 megabytes, effectively free, 应在2部 Vantage for N 的使用完全可以 expect 的所在，开多次 41 pivotal work proxy plan, minimum 1.5 to 5 times. Once you understand your bandwidth profile, several techniques reduce consumption. Home acceptance coding zip and burning. Most modern targets serve compressed responses. Compression cuts bandwidth 50 to 80% on text and HTML and JSON. For selective downloads, if you need only metadata, head requests confirm presence without the body. Range requests fetch only specific bytes. For cache-aware scraping, if the target serves cache control or ETAR headers, respect them. Refetching unchanged pages is pure waste. For some deep early termination, extreme responses, and abort once you have what you need. If the data is in the first 50 kilobytes of a 500 kilobyte page, don't download the rest. Partnerships, or selective asset suppression in headless browsers, of images, fonts, CSS. Most pages function for scraping without these. Anomaly detection. For Python, anomalies are usually a signal of a real problem. 3 patterns to alert on. NCR delta decreasing usually means scraper hit an infinite loop or a new heavy page. Gradual 30% rise over weeks means target page weight grew or retry rate climbed. Unexpected 0 means a scraper is broken or misconfigured. Releasing alert on daily bandwidth, deviating more than 50% from a 7-day rolling average. How the concurrency trade-off, how the concurrency and bandwidth interact. More concurrency at the same target means more bandwidth in the same time, but also more rate limit triggers and retries. Releasing 1 concurrency gets 95% success, 5 gets 92, 10 gets 88, 20 drops to 78, 40 drops to 60. Above the target's tolerance, doubling concurrency doesn't double useful throughput, it doubles bandwidth consumption with marginal gains. Find the cliff in your POC and stay safely below. Total production checklist. For PM, run the template per workload. Request per day, average bytes, retry overhead, headroom, computed daily and monthly. High to see, plan choice with overage rate, notes. Point detect every request with workload ID. End of month reports tell you whether allocation is correct or if one workload is starving others. If you want a vendor with transparent per gigabyte pricing and per port unlimited options, grab a trial at singaporemobileproxy.com/client/trial. Use code YT30 for 30% off your first month. S&P publishes bandwidth metrics per port, so you can correlate consumption back to specific workloads. Compression friendly, ATAG friendly, no double counting of retries. Run the formula from this video against your workload, pick the plan that matches plus 30% headroom, and you're done. That's how I size my own production fleet. Go to subscribe so the concurrency planning deep dive lands next with port count math and the target rate limit ceilings that bind every scraper.